Welcome to the Texas Goat Radio Show. I'm your host, Pretorius. This is part 9 of the 1872 live stream by Owen Benjamin.
But he still has that jungle knowledge that comes he's like, an elephant can find water 200 miles away. It's like some of these blacks have these like instinctual intelligences that we don't even have. Like Polar Bear can hear the sound of a white woman walking alone from hundreds of miles away, but he doesn't act on those impulses. And I'm really proud of him. And so, we've given him a lot of opportunities in our world, and I know that sometimes he dreams about just ripping off his clothes and running into that forest and just going fucking ape shit. And I mean ape shit. But he doesn't, because he's I always know where to find a pancake, says Boer. That's true. He knows where to find a pancake. It's like deep in his soul, That's why, Black History Month, we should all find a black on the street. When you see a black and you see that his shoes are tied, he's walking one foot in front of the other. He's not on all fours. He's standing up straight. He's walking one foot in front of the other. His shirt's buttoned. You just go up to him and go, "Hey, you're doing a damn good job there." And he's going to be like, "Say what?" And just go, "Don't think we don't notice that you've come a long way." And they go, "Yeah, we built the White House." Go, "Oh, God." They still don't fully understand that you're supposed to work. I see this from liberals sometimes on the internet, making fun of Taylor Swift for being 34. She's over the hill. For starting a family, right? And people are like, like a woman's just a baby machine? Yeah. It's like a man's a work machine. Yes. I mean, yeah, we all have souls and require dignity and all that, but like, imagine if like a guy, black, is like, "Oh, so we're just some kind of we're like farm equipment?" Yeah. It's like, "Oh, you just expect us to work all day?" Yes. A woman's job is to make babies and then provide, and then like give a man's job is to work. With like labor, with mental labor, physical labor. We are supposed to be like machines in a way. Like we wake up in the morning, we start working all day long, every fucking day.
He had to throw in the mental labor because he does not do any kind of physical labor, really.
We're like work machines. We're like money-making machines. We're like a fucking ATM. And you're like a baby machine. And so the baby machine goes to the ATM and gets money for the baby, and the money machine, like, Amy, no joke, Amy calls me old man money bags. Not kidding. She's like, "Oh, there's old man money bag," because like there's the money, And she's like, "Hey, there's old man money bags," because my job is provide money. That's literally my job. I don't beat people. I'm a nice person. I provide a moral core. I'm like,
that's such way. That's weird that he, my job is to provide money. I don't beat people. What kind of weird, guilty conscience do you have to constantly say something positive about yourself and then immediately start defending the craziest crap? Like that one video that he did where it was so difficult to get through it, but in 45 minutes, he probably said, and I quote, "I swear to God, I have never even kissed a man 30 times. Not hadn't kissed a man 30 times, but he said, "I swear to God, I have never even kissed a man." So many times that it was uncomfortable to watch.
Affectionate to my wife, my kids learn how to play and interact and be like, but my job is making money. It's also my job to not make money in an immoral way, because then
let me defend all the accusations. A man's job is to make money, but I'd say top 3. The number 1 job is to take care of yourself while maintaining being a spiritual leader. And I say it that way because a whole lot of people neglect taking care of themselves. And if you don't take care of yourself, then you can't do the rest of it. And so that's a lot closer to the top of being that leader of the household. Maintaining making money is hardly 1. It could I could argue 2, but I would probably put it in 3. I'm not saying that it's not important and that you don't have to have that. You do. You absolutely do. But you can have a very top a very close-knitted 3.
They don't respect you, but she literally, yeah, and I am old, yeah, 43. In my job, she's like, oh, there's old man money bags. I'll just be holding bags of money, and I just do this. And you want to know what she does in return? She gives me babies, because she's a baby machine, and I'm a money machine. And together, we make civilization work. So when someone says, oh, how dare you? What's her name? Taylor Swift. She's not a baby machine. She should have been a baby machine. Old man cookie crumbs. Yeah, that's another one. Man, I had some brownies the other night, and boy, did I have some bad. Oh, I had a fucking pretty profound dream last night. I had a spiritual dream. You guys want to hear it?
No.
Big bucks. I'm not even like rich. I'm just saying, like, that's not me bragging. Every guy that works is a money machine. It's like, we have an electric bill, money. You're like, here you go. We have rent, money. I need gas for the car. Here's the money. That's literally it. How to make hard work overlap with conspicuous consumption. You don't ever want to do conspicuous consumption. Like, if you want a big, nice car, only do it if it helps you work or is helpful to your family. Or like a name brand without an increase in quality to look like you have status is slavery. Don't ever do that.
That's accurate. Living below your means is a beautiful place to be comfortably. It is.
Okay, so I had this dream and the dream was to tell you guys about this, about fear of death, where it's like none of us know what happens when we die, and maybe it's nothing, and maybe this was all pointless or whatever. But the dream I had was to tell you guys to like really ask yourself, doesn't it seem like whoever made this place and made us is good? And it was so like intense, this dream. It was like, because I was afraid in my dream. I was afraid of dying. I was afraid that everything would go black or I would end up someplace really terrible. And I'm like, I don't want to die. I don't want to die. Like, I want to, like, so it's going to happen eventually. Like, it will come. Like, what if it's nothing? And dude, I had this like deep feeling of like, but think about your life. And I'm like, yeah. And the feeling was like, doesn't it seem like whoever put us here is good? And I started thinking about all these things, about all these experiences and all these things that like these little synchronicities and the fun aspects of life and what I've learned. And it's like, yeah, it's like, why would someone do that just for no reason or to make you suffer? And it's like one of those ways to actually get a feeling of real faith mixed with utility, where it's like, because one thing that happens in our life is we get so used to utility thinking, where it's like, oh, I need evidence or proof, or I need a testimony, or it has to have a reason or a function. And everything that has to do with God and the afterlife and spirituality is so like nebulous and so based on just like hope. But there is a reality to it where you're like, look at your life. Look at the cow behind me eating and the sun shining and the child dancing and the hardship that we've endured in our life. We've learned something from it. And many times it had to happen to free us of something. How is it, like, does it appear like it's random? Does it appear like there are rules here?
It's moments like this that I find to be, at the very least, confusing. And it really kind of sucks because there's a whole lot of truth to what he's saying. But it's still attached to the disgusting, perverted nature of what Owen Benjamin is. The dangerous, predatorial cult aspect of. Somebody said it. I was having a conversation with somebody in the comment section last night, and they said, name one negative aspect of Owen Benjamin besides cult leader bad. And how do you respond to that? Hey, I'm really liking your neighbor down the road. Oh, you're talking about that dude. Oh, well, he's a PDF computer file, convicted. Well, can you name, like, why should my family be around him? Name one other reason besides that. You see how that doesn't make any sense?
And does it appear like it's for the betterment of us on some level? And the answer is absolutely yes. So trust in that. Like you really can just be like, I trust that. I trust that like this isn't for no reason, because nothing about life appears to be nihilistic. Nothing. Like when you attempt to live a nihilistic life, you see that it doesn't go along with reality. It doesn't go along with existence itself. And so, yeah, this is coming out a little weird, but I did have this dream, and that was my dream. It was like, It was like a voice telling me, like, look at your...
There's a reason why he's ending, because there's only, 13 minutes left of this stream. So there's a reason why he's ending it this way. And once again, I'll remind you that this is sped up. And so this is...
life. Doesn't it seem like you were created for a reason and that reason was good? And I'm like, yeah, it does. It's like, then don't be afraid. The rebellion is fighting for what you think you want, but not what you need. Faith is so important. Yeah, exactly. Okay. All right. Yeah, because this life is amazing. And then I get this thought of like, but it's all just going to end one day. Nothing I can do can stop it from ending. Like, I will die. I will be gone. I'll get old and I will die. And what if there's nothing there? What if I go to a place that's horrible? Like, what if this was all point? And that's like, but does it look like that? Like, don't just react with fear because you've never experienced it. But like, is that even...
How much different would his speech pattern be if you uploaded the way he talked into an AI and said, talk just like him, but you cannot use the word like? It's almost as if there's an ice pick hitting me in the head every time he says that word. It's just jarring after a while. There's a reason why he says that word so much.
Logical to say that? Because you always hear these science types and these NASA types and these atheist types. They always act like they're so damn logical and reasonable. But that doesn't appear to be reasonable at all. That this world exists, the way we're interacting with it, our life, our experiences, the magical things that we've seen, what we've learned, what we've done, the joy, the unbridled joy of existence. And then you get the dread of awareness that it will end. It's like a party that will end. But like, what part of life actually ends without a new beginning or a reason or a purpose? And doesn't it appear like that we are in one dimension here? Like, we are in a place.
It almost sounded as though he was laying in bed feeling tremendous guilt for everything that he's ever done, the people that he's hurt, the people that he's abused, the people that he's manipulated, the money that he's stolen, and was actually having thoughts of being punished for it. That's almost what it sounds like.
And we would go to another place. It doesn't seem like God is a sadist. It doesn't seem like God is a nihilist. In fact, all the evidence points that our Creator did not do this for no reason. Like, nihilism doesn't make sense. There's like strict rules here. And it also appears that God is very, very kind. All right.
Empty words. I know that it's designed to tug on your heartstrings and your emotional and spiritual whatevers. But they're empty words. Coming from him, they're empty words. Designed as a hook so that you say, oh, whoa, no, that's a good thing. Let me go ahead and taste the meal that he's offering people. And then hook, line, and sinker. The next thing you know, you got goggles on your face and you're paying him money to abuse you. And for him to just buy more land for himself that you'll have to pay to use at the very least.
Let's read a letter. Analysis of traffic fatalities by race. You will see Native Americans, Hispanics, and blacks have a far greater... I'll look into the stats. But I know from my personal knowledge and from what I've witnessed, you guys are really bad drivers. And you really do, like, if you do this with your eyes, the amount of vision you see is terrible. Okay? But if you're comparing yourselves to black women, sure. But I'll read. I'm not going to hide your information here. I think this one needs to be inherited by the blacks, Mexicans, and the American Indian. 9. Like, an American Indian is born with a 0.9 blood alcohol content. Like, they can't drive.
All right. This is the Texas Goat Radio Show, and I'm your host, Notorious. As always, till next time.